Hello everyone, welcome to the club. Thank you for coming to today's stream. I feel like I bumped this again. Am I just sitting weird? Oh no, I was adjusting my position and that's probably why the camera got bumped a little bit. It happens. It happens a lot actually because I'm very wiggly. Anyway, welcome to Risa again. I am once again adding to my summer collection. Getting rid of feather monkeys first. Oh, I don't have quite enough. Damn, I think I missed the race. I think I just missed Powerboard race. Not that I'm, like, any good at it, as many of you witnessed last stream. But... I love turning in monkeys for marks. I love the monkeys. It's like, on this particular character, I didn't keep any of these as actual pets. Cause I have way too many pets on here. Let's go farm. How often? I think I can do the... Can I do the floater thing every, like, 12 minutes? Or is it 12 hours? I don't remember. I'm gonna go do it anyway, because since I missed the race. This will transition nicely into
You've seen the
Foregone
Get
Hunt.
out there and fly.
I'm just gonna cycle through every event except for Temporal Scavenger Hunt. I'm not doing that shit. As discussed last time, I am simply not bothering this year. It's not fun. It's extremely frustrating. I'm hoping that today... I'm hoping that today does better with, like, the loading times, because like, the last couple of times I've logged into game, I've had some serious issues with, where am I going? Serious issues with, like, even just, like, the little floater things like this. The loading time will be, like, really slow between the gates, like, faster, like, I'm faster than the gates will load. And I'm like, I don't know if this is my internet or what, because everything else works fine. Anyway, I think I have like 2,000 favors so far. I need to buy a couple things. I need my emotes. Everyone needs emotes. Hey, I flew through that. What the hell? Okay. This is fine. This is fine. It's fine. It's only once. Like, the other day it was every single gate. I'd have to like sit there and be like, okay, here, and then like stop, and then a little more, and like just wait for them to load. It was so fucking stupid. Okay. Let's get in the gate. Alright, this one's super easy to just breeze through.
That secluded beach is a favorite spot for hikers who want to get away from the populated areas.
Let's fly back. Oh, my headphone cord was twisted, kind of weird. Interesting. All right.
I hope you had a fun flight. Get out there and fly. Time's wasting.
Oh, it is every 12 minutes. So by the time we get to scavenger hunt again, I can come and do the floater thing again. Yay me. Okay, let's open up. Well, that got me my daily progress at least. Okay, yeah, I have about 2k favors. Yay. Oh, there's so many emotes. I'm gonna need so much shit. Definitely want to grab the stuff that I don't have yet. Oh, do I already have this? God damn it. I didn't check the list first. I have all these. It's one of my other tunes that don't. Let me go put that. I know it can't be traded, but it better be like, oh, bound to character. God damn it. I just wasted this. I just wasted that. That was stupid. I didn't check my list first. Why does it not just, like, gray them out if you already have them? Because I did not think I had that, and then I apparently have it. It's these others I got confused with, because these are unlocked other ways. Still need to go back to Nimbus and get my fucking thing. I also got my random Risa Mai Tai. I didn't check if there was a giveaway. Is there another? Oh, yippee! That's useful. Hell yeah! Give me my tech upgrade. Okay. Horgon hunt time.
Are you familiar with the Welcome to Risa?
I am familiar with the Horgon hunt, actually. Let's go this way this time. I usually start the other way. So... there it is. My throat is really dry today, and I feel like I am not sounding right. I feel like that's like half of my streams lately. Like, God, my throat and my skin have been really bad recently. It's not fun. I'm like this close to, like, just not taking my antihistamines anymore. Like, this is close. Because they're pissing me off. they're fucking up, like, literally everything. Like, I'm getting all these, like, flaky skin patches. Like, I have, like, this, like, blister-looking thing on my hand. And but it's not a blister. It's just, like, it's peely, like a blister, but it's not. But it's because I had dry skin and I scratched it, so now it looks bad. But I was like, I have all these flaky patches, and I have, like, this throat, so I'm like, I know it's the fucking antihistamines. It always fucking is. But I had to take them, like, every single day, and because of, like, certain medication interactions, like, I can only take certain ones, so I'm like, I'm stuck with this. But realistically, they all have the same side effects. They all can cause severe dryness if you are in the unlucky bunch that gets that side effect. And it just sucks because, like, I got a show in a month that I am slowly working on promotional stuff for, trying to record some stuff, backing tracks and the like for my show tracks. There we go. Or not. Why did the characters just never, like, stop moving for a second? Up on the... Go up on the hills. Down there. Just stop moving for a second. There we go. There it is. It disappeared for a minute, and then... Three more. I went too far. It's this little rock. That's the one where it is. Everything looks the same on Risa. Alright, there's one up here too, so I'll grab that as my last one.
You found 10 Horgons. Come and get a bonus. Looks like you found quite a few.
Quite a few Horgons. Alright, now to the camp. Beam to the camp to camp out for biathlon. Don't need this until it's biathlon time. All right. Whee! Okay. Now, I guess we just wait. This is so, like, quiet. Why is there, like, no game audio? There's gotta be, like, some environment sounds. It's just, like... I know I turned this up on purpose. Yeah, it's just really quiet over here, I guess. This is kind of weird. It just doesn't feel like Risa... Doesn't feel quite like Risa without some ambient noise, you know? Oh. Trying to figure out too, like, how many events I can actually realistically get through today, because I think I definitely should make it to dance off at least, which is good, because sometimes I miss dance off. I actually frequently miss dance off. Like, I'm on and I'm like, I'm not waiting an hour until dance off. I'm only gonna stay an hour today because I'm on stream, so gotta entertain y'all. For 6 more minutes until... or 7 more minutes till biathlon. I am a little cold today. I can hear the AC is, like, working overtime in the background as well, so I apologize if that is annoying. I know that it doesn't pick up as loudly, like, on this microphone as it did on the old one, but it is one of those things where I can definitely still hear it in... Well, I can hear it in the headphones, but that sometimes doesn't mean, like, that the mic is actually, like, picking it up fully. So hopefully it's not, like, too obnoxious. It doesn't look like it's showing up too much at all, but I can hear it. And I'm sure, like, there's a small, like, amount of background noise. I'm just like, you wouldn't be able to hear it at all if there was some more atmosphere. Next time I should hang out on, like, the beach before coming back here. This part of the island's too quiet. So what emotes am I missing after I fucked up? Angie. Oh, I'm missing some baseball ones, so... Safe. I'm missing and wave. Where's the emote box? Well, I'm doing it. Did I just unlock it? Why is it grayed out? That's what I want to know. Alright, well, the hoarding continues to make up for my mistakes. I just think this is so fun. Oh, there it is. Swing. Whee! I love how the disco communicator is just always in hand. What a time. Should have checked who's online. Oh, nobody's online. Well, alrighty then. I see how it is. Out enjoying things and touching the grass. Event coordinator? Wait, hold on. Like the... Which one is event coordinator? Oh, the flying high lady. Why can I not picture what she looks like right now? I literally just saw her. I don't know. I will say she's not as sexy as the dance instructor because the dance instructor is the sexiest person on Risa, as we all know. But the flying high lady does have a very nice vibe, and I admire her enthusiasm. She has the same like level of enthusiasm that I would expect from like the dance instructor. So like everybody on Risa is like very enthusiastic about things. You know, they're enthusiastic about everything. They're enthusiastic about like the activities they're organizing. And also about Jamaharan. Everything! When I'm on Risa, I'm the sexiest. I'm the new hotness. This is fair. This is fair. I don't know. I feel like I've dressed my characters pretty sexy, and I still don't feel like they measure up to the dance instructor's level of sexiness. Why it says it's bullying? There's no bullying here. Is this like canonical, or is this like a headcanon?
Try again soon.
The Horgon hunt has ended. Try again soon. Oh my god, I'm gonna be so upset if I have to end stream early because my back won't stop, like, tingling. There's this lady leaning against one of the buildings. Oh my god. You'll have to show me where once I'm done with biathlon. During artifact scavenger hunt, I'm not doing that shit, so other activities on Risa are fair game. Because that event goes for a long ass time. Oop. I mean, I may or may not have seen her, I'm not sure. I just probably didn't make the connection. Neck is very itchy. I hate it here so much. Throat sucks, skin sucks, just today. Do the snake! I'm sorry. But I'm not.
Competitive racers, on
On
your
your
mark.
mark.
Get set. Go!
I didn't want to accidentally, like, leave the track upon first leaving like last time. Oh god. Ah! What was that? Oh my god. Fucking powerboard. It's always gonna be the bane of my existence. I do feel like maybe I should just grab like the Phoenix powerboard at some point. Because I do feel like I do slightly better with that one. But like the bigger ones are just like
Check in
too.
at the flag before equipping your floater.
Ah. I missed the gate. I'm supposed to be good at the flyer part. I'm fine with floater. I'm just not fine with powerboard. It's too slippery. Do you ever do any of the dance emotes in your performances? No, I have not, because unfortunately I think the references are too obscure. But I've thought about it. I've seriously thought about it. I was like, for the next Janelle Sky performance, what if I just like started doing the snake? But no, I have not done them on stage ever. I feel like there should be more sound over here. Where's the party music? I know you don't get dance music until dance party starts, but like, why is it so quiet? I'm 3 days away from getting the Kinder Egg. I'm not. I'm behind because I've been fucking busy. I'm 8 days away. Sounds super quiet for real. Yeah, I tried to adjust the audio, but it was like my music is already up. Maybe like that. There's definitely something going on, you know? But I have the overall volume kinda low. Because if I don't, like the second I get in a fight, you can't hear me talk anymore. No, I know, I know what you meant. I just was like, you can adjust all those things, so I was trying to like see if I could make it a little more ambient, but I feel like there should just be music. And I feel like at one point there was music, but maybe I am tripping.
Enjoy your visit to Risa.
Dance instructor. Okay, how long has it been? Has it been 12 minutes? Can I go and do Flying High again? Well, and that's the thing, like, there's so much good sound design in this game, but I do feel like Risa, like, they could add to it, you know?
Get out there and fly. You've seen the... Get out there.
It's time. Okay, is it gonna give me some different ones this time, or the same shit? Okay, no, it will be different. Okay. This one's different. The gates are taking a second to pop up again. This is not as bad as yesterday. Yesterday it wasn't even like registering. Or actually it wasn't yesterday, it was 2 days ago that it was really fucking slow. I kind of worried about today. I was like, what if like today is one of the days that it just like decides to not when I'm trying to stream. You get the pink moopsie yet? No, I don't have any moopsies yet. I was trying to get some emotes.
The River Grotto is a great spot for freshwater wading.
Well, I'm also kind of deciding, like, I can't have all of the pets, right? Or I won't have any inventory space, because I already don't. But I can't decide between the pink moopsie and the rainbow moopsie. And I could always get one. I could always get one of them on a different tune. Maybe I'll get pink moopsie here, and then rainbow moopsie on another. Or Janelle Sky has rainbow moopsie, and then one of my others has the pink. I don't know.
The Rock in the Bay is a favorite place for glider flyers to visit.
I accidentally bought the wrong fucking emoji I already had unlocked, so now I have to grind 600 more favors than I would have had to if I wasn't fucking stupid, so there's that for those who missed that development early in the stream.
Get out there and fly.
So... like, I can't hear any ambient audio either. Like, I hear, like, the talking getting closer to the resort, but not very loud, because all I can hear is the computer fan. But based on, like, my mic not having, like, ambient audio, like, when I'm quiet... like, see, it's not like that. The bar's not going up that much when I'm not talking. So I'm assuming that y'all can't hear this computer fan as loud as I can, but I think that's the reason I really can't hear, like, even the yapping crowd deeper in here. Like, I can see the little bar going up, so I know it exists. See the new Strange New Worlds trailer yet? Yes, I did see. You know, with the state of Paramount, I honestly just, like, I'm just hoping and praying every day that it's not bad. 'Cause I'm just like, please don't be bad. I'm like, please don't make this weird. No, I don't trust them for a second after they canceled Academy. I don't trust them for a single fucking second. Like, I think that Academy, like, when we get the season 2, because they've already filmed it, they have to put it out or they're gonna be losing fucking money. But it's like, for me, it's like, I trust that Academy Season 2 is probably gonna be pretty good. I'm putting my trust that Academy Season 2 will be good. Because, the cast and crew has just put so much love into it, and you can really tell that, like, they're very confident in Season 2, so I'm confident in Season 2. Unfortunately, I'm not trying to attack anybody, like, in the cast and crew in Strange New Worlds, because I am sure that they are also proud of their work. But there's a little bit of a different energy, I feel like, that comes from the team that works on Strange New Worlds as opposed to the Academy team. Because the Academy team was very much for, like, pushing boundaries all the time at every opportunity. That was the whole point of the show, was to kind of push things, and that's why people complained about it, because they didn't like that it was, like, different at all. And it's like, but this is speaking to today's youth. We need some variety if you want this franchise to endure. So it's like, I have faith that Season 2 will be good. I feel like Strange New Worlds, for me, like, I just have to hope and pray it's not going to be bad. Because I've just said this before, but Strange New Worlds Season 1 versus Season 3, like, not that Season 3 is not good, but like, the comparison between the two, it almost doesn't feel like the same show. Like, there is something missing. I feel like Strange New Worlds, and it makes me sad, because Strange New Worlds is universally the most popular of the newer series. Besides Lower Decks. Lower Decks, I think they could have made 10 more seasons, and it could have kept going and going. But, you know, with Strange New Worlds, I feel like plays it safe quite frequently. It doesn't really push the mold. It's like but the thing is, like, Strange New Worlds is a different kind of show. Strange New Worlds is trying to be a prequel rather than, like, developing a new world, and, like, a new story. So while we're getting these really good, like, character arcs that we haven't seen before, it's a prequel. It's gonna have a different energy to it. Not that it's not good. I love Strange New Worlds, but it is, of the Star Treks, it is very much playing it safe. Like, it is so painfully obvious that, there's things like, there's sometimes, like, episodes, there's a couple of episodes in Season 3 that, honestly, you know, watching, I'm sitting there, I'm like, it feels like there's something kind of missing from this at times. Again, it's a good show, but they play it way too safe, and it's like, Star Trek is not supposed to be playing it safe. Like, you know, basically, like, trying to regurgitate the same messages from the 60s is not gonna work forever. And while Strange New Worlds has modernized some of that, there's a lot of it that, like, they're, like, afraid to take, like, the next step. Academy was not afraid to do that. And it's one of those things where it's like, of course the racist people are gonna be upset. Of course the homophobes are gonna be upset. Like, yeah, they're gonna be pissed, but what about all the racist people who were pissed back in the 60s? Like, what about the studio executives that were literally at every turn trying to, like, you know, stop them from doing it, and the team just kept going, we're doing it, we're gonna do the thing. Yes, there was censorship. Oh, sorry, that was too loud. Yes, for sure, like, they did kind of do some things where it's like, they clearly had to work around the censorship. But in general, the team behind the 60s production literally, like, it literally was all about, like, they were trying to stretch and see how much they could get away with week to week. And Academy, I feel like, did that as well, because they gave us such varied stories and such rich stories, and there's only so much you can do in 10 episodes. That's why it's like, we need 4 seasons of Academy minimum. We're not gonna get them, but we really needed that. And, like, especially where, like, Star Trek is known for horrible first seasons. All these people who are like, well, I watched season 1 of Discovery, then never touched it again. I'm like, well, if you watched Enterprise Season 1 and then never touched it again, you would be missing out on some really, really good Trek. But Enterprise took too long to get good. It's really sad, honestly. Oh, I was gonna respond to, I'm worried that Skydance will make future Star Trek as AI slop. There's already been a significant amount of AI slop made regarding Star Trek through, what's it called? That thing, whatever group, like, made the AI Leonard Nimoy Spock and the AI Shatner Kirk to go with. It's very cursed. Because that's the thing is, but the thing is though is, when they made those AI, when they made like those AI like short film things, I did like watch out of curiosity like some of the production process, and there was still like stuff involved. They used a body double and then slapped like the AI Kirk face on it. Still creepy, and I would have like I'm sorry, just get another actor. Like, you are a large company, you have so many casting resources, just get another actor. Like, if you want to make a little Kirk and Spock short story, sure, do it. Get some different actors and play it out. Like, you can do so much with makeup, etc. if you want the same look as Nimoy and Shatner, but real actors that can really emote, because the AI thing is just, it's so fucking like creepy looking, and it's like, you know, people like to talk about like the 2000s game, like PC game graphics and like the uncanny valley, but I'm like, I'm sorry, the AI of now is so much worse, because it's not like a lot of the stuff like in the early 2000s was not realistic enough to be like creepy to me, you know. But yeah, I like, the thing is, like, I don't mind if they want to make like, I feel like Strange New Worlds had a place, you know. So I feel like once they're done with that, I agree, no more prequels. Let's like why are they not just like talking to the Star Trek Online team and like utilizing some of their stuff? Like, they use Star Trek Online ships for Picard. Let's continue that story. Like, let's go into the 25th century. That's the natural progression. Or even from like when we did the 32nd century. Like, I really liked that Discovery jumped us into the 32nd century, because that's kind of like, there's a lot that goes on between there, though, too. So it's like, you have all of this, like, potential storytelling in this universe, and yet all we ever hear about is the 23rd century and the 24th century. But even, like, in the 24th century, there were things, like, left to explore, I feel like. It's not really even a dead horse yet. I'm personally tired of Borg. I'm honestly kind of, like, and the exception would be if they brought these concepts back in the 32nd century era, I would be fine with it. But, I'm tired of Borg, I'm tired of, like, Klingons, Romulans, Vulcans, and there was another one I was thinking of the other day, too, like, the dead horses of Star Trek. Like, what species have we heard too much about? And I feel like that about covers it. It's like, we have so much about the Borg, the Klingons, the Romulans, and the Vulcans. Like, let's explore one of the many other species that we have, like, talked about. And Mirror Universe. I feel like Mirror Universe is also kind of a dead horse, but I feel like, you know, you kind of have to have, like, one Mirror Universe episode where it's mentioned, you know? Like, I feel like that's kind of, like, a staple. And I feel like if you bring something unique to it, it doesn't have to be a dead horse. The Borg, they've done so much new shit with them. There's nothing left to do, right? But, you know, it's like I don't know. I just think it's fun to see, like, one Mirror Universe episode per show. I don't think we need more than that. Especially at only 10 episodes per season. Like, I don't really care to see more than one. But one is fun. I had forgotten how good the Enterprise Mirror two-parter was, honestly. I fucking love Hoshi. Me and girlfriend were doing an Enterprise rewatch. It was actually my girlfriend's first time watching through all of Enterprise. And so now I can finally talk to her about, like, how fucking bad the finale is. Everybody hates the finale! Oh, sorry, I missed, didn't Star Trek Prodigy have some AI asset use? I am not sure on that at all. I really don't want to speak on that if I don't know. Because, like, there was a rumor that there was AI asset use on Academy, and it turned out to actually not be true. Somebody's like, oh, this comic book is AI generated. But as it turned out, like, the artist was like, no, it's not. Like, here's proof. And then it was kind of awkward because people were like, well, what about the hands? And it's like, I guess that's just how they draw hands. But the other thing, too, is, like, I do feel like there's also, like, you know, we shouldn't be using any, like, generative AI, for sure. But I know there's, like, some things where it's, like, you know, AI as a whole, like, AI has been around longer than generative AI, of course, so it's, like, there's, like, AI-powered things that, you know, are not generating the stuff, like, to cut people's jobs that, like, can make, like, a process easier. So it's like, I don't know, maybe, like, I hope it was maybe something like that instead of, like, they generated models or something, because, like, especially in 3D animation, like, there's so many things, like, it's not like you're having to go frame by frame in 3D animation. It's a very different process than, like, the drawing kind. Like, just make the model. Race time.
On your mark. Get set. Go!
I didn't want to fly off the track initially again, but I don't really care about winning. I just want my favors! You know, who's y'all's favorite Jeffrey Combs character? Like, I understand, like, you know, I like different ones, like, for different reasons. Oh my god, what the fuck was that? Sorry. I like different Jeffrey Combs characters, like, for different reasons, so I understand, like, it can be hard to pick a favorite, but I'm curious. Because, like, if I had to pick, I feel like mine is Shran. Damn it. Okay, oh, okay, I'm still on the track. I'm fine. I'm fine! Whee! Like, I just, until rewatching Enterprise again, because I have rewatched Enterprise Season 4. I've rewatched Enterprise Season 4, so, like, this watch-through of Enterprise was my third watch-through of Season 4. But it was literally only, like, my, like, second watch-through of most of the show. Damn it. I don't know what's happening. Or did I grab it already? Oh, I did. Okay, my bad. I need to go start another Feather Monkey quest. I like Shran and Wei-Yun. Yeah, Wei-Yun's also pretty good, but I just, like, I feel like I can't put Wei-Yun above Shran because, I feel like Jeffrey Combs, like, was just such a contribution to DS9 in general. It's like, I can't, like, just, like, credit Wei-Yun, because Brent also plays, like, a really significant role, so... we're going to the camp again. But Shran is just, like, he's so funny. In, like, a horrible way. Like, I'm sorry, the sort of, like, forbidden comedy of Enterprise in general, I feel like is kind of underrated. Because, like, there's that one shot, like, you have to use his full name, Brunt FCA. But I thought he got thrown out of FCA. But there's that one shot in Enterprise where Archer, like Shran pops on the screen and it's the back of Archer's head, and there's just like two antennae that start forward and they just are like, like, it's just this little like thing. And so like it's like it looks like the antennae are popping up on Archer. It's so fucking funny. And it's like, I love when there's, like, comedy in Star Trek, because, like, nobody on screen is laughing, right? Like, not a single person, like, thinks it's funny, but it's like, they made a choice and put that in there, and oh my god, it's so good. There's also, like, there's a bit of unintentional comedy in Enterprise too, because there's a couple of times, randomly throughout the series, mostly in season 3 and 4, where they will randomly use, like, a zoom shot. Like, they will literally go, like, shoo. And it takes me out every time, because there's not usually zooming, and then suddenly, like, they made a choice for, like, the one shot they were gonna zoom in quickly. Like, it's like, it wasn't like, because it's also like, you know, if there's like a slow, like, zoom in, like, they're gradually, like, bringing the camera closer, a lot of the time when you're, like, zooming in and film, like, unless you're just, like, changing focus, there's not usually a lot of, like, actually, like, using the lens to zoom in, and I feel like that's what they did. I don't know for sure, like, maybe they did move it, but it feels like somebody just went in a couple of these shots, and it's so unexpected, and it's like, it's not in times it's supposed to be funny, but it's so funny to me, because I'm like, why did you make this choice? Like, I was like, does it have something, like, I kind of wonder if it maybe has something to do with the switch to digital, because they switched from film to digital in season 4, and me and my girlfriend were like, okay, we're gonna see, like, if we notice a difference. I don't really even notice a difference, and I, you know, did 4 years of film school, and I don't know what's happening. Because I feel like there's still, like, a good amount of grain and stuff in the I feel like there's, like, grain in the digital files as well, so it's just one of those things where it's like, I would have to get really close to the footage, and I just don't think that, like, on a TV I'm noticing that much. Like, I don't really even notice, like, the digital's not sharper. And it could be one of those things where it's like, maybe they, like, intentionally added some things to make the transition not, like, jarring. But, you know, I thought there would be maybe, like, some indicator, and there really wasn't. At least for me. But we also don't have, like, a super big TV or anything.
Competitive racers, on your mark. Get set. Go!
Ah. What is this shit? Damn it. There we go. Okay, I'm back. I live. But yeah, anyway, I actually was saying to my tabletop game group where we play Star Trek Adventures, I was like, Star Trek loves to beat a dead horse. I feel like it's actually like a staple of the franchise that they love to beat a dead horse.
Check in at the flag before
Sometimes it's like one of those things where like it's kind of a trope that I feel like you need. Like there's times where like the Mirror Universe episode, to me it's like I feel like now like you know, sometimes you just gotta have a Mirror Universe episode. Like it has to be mentioned at some point. Even if you don't do a full episode on it, like somebody's gonna bring it up. Because it's kind of a staple of the franchise, but it's like, I feel like that doesn't mean that we need like a big arc of every single like franchise staple, you know? Like, I feel like I don't need a Borg episode in every show. Unless they're actually going to bring us something unique and different, but I just feel like there's no way. Like there's nothing you can do to the Borg. Like we got evil Borg. We got friendly Borg. We got like there's like Hugh's group of Borg and like the cooperative and STO and all this stuff. Like there's so much stuff with the Borg. I'm going to be right back. When the ad break runs, I'm just gonna step away for a minute to check on this. I am back. Hopefully everybody's back from ad break. I don't remember what I was talking about.
For
I
a
was
limited
talking
time
about
only, I will
something.
be awarding bonus favors to anyone who comes help me locate temporal artifacts.
I was talking about like all the dead horses that Star Trek likes to beat. I should have grabbed a jacket while I was up. I am cold. But anyway, I just wish, like, I wish that Paramount wasn't just, like, killing everything to do with Star Trek that, like, was actually, like, making progress and making a difference. Is Section 31 a dead horse yet? I wouldn't say Section 31 is a dead horse, because when you look at, like, overall how much it's been brought up, we really only have, like, we have DS9, we have Discovery, and we have, like, 2 episodes of Enterprise that mention Section 31. So it's like, oh, in the movie. So we have, like, that's not even in, like, half of the series as a whole, like, oh, and Lower Decks. So maybe it's in, like, it's in about, like, half of the series so far that it's mentioned. But I don't really consider, like, I don't consider the mentions all equal. I don't feel like it's necessarily a dead horse, but I think that they need to let the concept go for a while. The reason why isn't because it's a dead horse. That's, like, a separate thing to me. That's a separate criticism of recent Star Trek, is that I feel like Section 31 just was so mishandled in terms of the Discovery storylines in the movie that I feel like it needs to go away for a while, and a completely different team of people needs to revisit it next time it is revisited. Because it's like, this is coming from somebody who, as I've said, like, I write a lot of Section 31 stuff for my tabletop games, because I find Section 31 interesting when you use it correctly. I think having morally gray people, like, involved with Starfleet, it makes it interesting, because I think when you try to make, like, humans especially, but when you try to make, like, Starfleet as a whole, like, too perfect, it loses some intrigue for me, because yes, of course it's a utopia, we want to be striving for this, but I feel like when Section 31 is introduced, it shouldn't be this thing of, like, oh, actually everything going on is because of Section 31. Like, in Deep Space Nine, it was, Sloane did have some friends helping, but he really was just a guy. Like, at the end of that, it was really just him. Like, he was one guy who made choices and thought he was doing the right thing in his really twisted way. Obviously, he was doing really bad things, but, you know, that's a compelling villain. That's a very compelling villain. Like, when you have a big bad and everything's controlled by, like, this AI, it's no longer fun. It's no longer an interesting concept, because then you're taking away the aspect of, like, you're talking about the metaphor is, like, it's a metaphor for human corruption. It's basically like, you can have everything. Like, you can give humanity everything, and there's always gonna be that guy. That is what Section 31 represents. Some people would disagree with me. It's like, well, there's not always that guy. I think there is always that guy. I think there is, like, somebody where nothing's ever gonna be, like, good enough for them. And they're gonna think that it's their responsibility to do something about it, even if that thing is not good. So I think that, like, you need to keep, like, your message and your theme in mind when you're working with Section 31, because it's not like, woohoo, big bad. Section 31, I don't think, should be used as a big bad and, like, oh, but we need it. It's like, yeah, the people in Section 31 think you need it. And my main player character is a member of Section 31. She's now in her little, like, you know, I maybe am not gonna be part of this anymore, but you don't really ever, like, leave. But her participation in it has changed because she's now, like, starting to finally, like, she's at a point in her life where, she's kind of realizing that, like, you know, maybe not everything is solved in this way. And it's like, you know, there are times when she might utilize those connections to get certain information, but she's not leaning on it as if this is the be all end all. This is the only reason anything gets done in the Federation. Because the way that they set it up in, like, Discovery is kind of like, well, Control makes all the decisions. Everything is actually because of Section 31, and we just kind of pretend that doesn't happen. It's like, no, like, it's like, how do you have a giant-ass organization that just nobody talks about? It's not a secret anymore. It's not interesting. Like, it's a concept thing for me more so than a, like individual, like, nitpicking. Oh, we hydrating? You guys haven't hydrated in a while. Hydration. But yeah, I just think, like, I think they took Section 31 as, like, this is a necessary evil rather than a this is that guy who thinks it's a necessary evil. Because I think what made it so interesting is when Starfleet officers learned of Section 31 in Deep Space Nine, they're like, they find the concept, like, unbelievable. Like, this is a thing that happens, but they don't really... What is going on? There we go. That... My thing was being weird. Okay. But they were all basically, like... They found it surprising, whereas, like, Starfleet of the 23rd century as portrayed in Discovery, it was kind of like, oh, we don't like it, but, like, we're gonna let it happen. And it's like, no... And I think, like, STO has done some really cool and interesting things with Control, like, as part of the storyline, and, like, the Control Borg and everything. Those are some very fun things, but I would not be upset if Control was never ever created. Because I think when you have an AI overlord, you no longer have a message about, like, corruption. You have a message about, like it loses some of its meaning, you know? And, like, based on the other themes of Deep Space Nine clearly never intended for Section 31 to be a big bad. It was supposed to be actually in the shadows. Not like, we're super spies. We're the James Bond of the universe. It's like, no... Well, and it's that whole episode, like, that whole, like, Gareth Shear episode, too, where, like, Garrick is literally like, you're in here playing spies in the holosuite, but, like, this is, like, not what being a spy is like. Like, what are you on? Like, Garrick's a funny guy. But it's also, like, I feel like... also it's like, I like Section 31 because then it's like, well, it's not just the others being the bad guys, you know? Like, there is, like, a human section where it's like, not everybody is always the good guy. I like when there's shades of gray in stories and it's not just black and white. I actually, like, I love interpersonal conflict in Star Trek as well, because like, even in a utopia, like, you are going to have disagreements. Like, people are still going to, like, you know, have, like, things like younger people are still gonna have, like, you know, those times when they're learning how to communicate. Like, Lower Decks is excellent for this because, you know, you see a lot of, like, these, like, younger officers, you know, learning social things, not just, like, you know, Starfleet things, because I think communication is a big part of that, and a big part of, like, growing up and all that. That's why Academy, I love you, Starfleet Academy. 50 Shades of Grey and Star Trek, oh my god. Not what I meant. You know that's not what I meant, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised you said it. I know what I said, but yeah, God, don't get me started on 50 Shades of Grey, too. I was explaining to somebody, like, IRL, I don't usually bring this opinion or this debate online, because I can't go into the detail I need to online without, like, without, like, causing an issue, and, like, it's just not appropriate. There's a lot of things I discuss on here, but I do have limits. But I was, like, explaining to somebody in more detail, like, IRL, like, why 50 Shades of Grey is problematic, and it's like, no, it's not because there's BDSM in it. It's because there are so many, like, so many issues. I have also... I have never read it. I have read portions of it because I have read a few deep dive essays into why it's problematic. That's how I know about it. 'Cause no, I won't watch it and I won't read it in its entirety. The writing is honestly, like, from the segments I have read, like, it's honestly kind of cringy in my opinion. But then you add on top of that, it's like there were a lot of people who read that book and then were like, oh, I totally am gonna go do this. Like, I definitely want this. And it's like, no, you don't. You actually don't. Like, this is actually romanticizing abuse. Like, let's not do that, please. Like, let's be safe in life. Let's be realistic. Like, yeah, there's just a lot of problems, and, you know, safety first, everyone. Don't be out just doing shit because you read it in a book. There are experts on this topic. You just have to seek them out. They can help you, not be an idiot. 2 more minutes till dance off. Who's in? Should get my menu out. This is where the real farming begins.
The limited time rewards have ended. You can still seek out artifacts, but only for the standard payout.
Anyway, what was I talking about before? I need to summon one of my pets. Oh, I was talking about Section 31. That's why we were talking about 50 Shades of Grey. But I feel like I kind of explained my piece on Section 31. It's not even the first time I've explained this on here. I feel like I explain this, like, every other week. I'm talking about Section 31 on here. Like, I just... Oh, we could talk about Enterprise. One of the tragedies I feel like of Enterprise is that I feel like had we gotten a season 5, we could have maybe gotten some actually pretty decent Section 31 content. Because I feel like Malcolm Reed is such an interesting character, and I literally was like, I was telling my girlfriend, I was like, what do you think would happen if, like, Janelle Sky and Malcolm Reed, like, ever met? I don't think they could, because I think they would, like, have an issue. I crush on Hoshi. I mean, same. I'm sorry, I love, like, Mirror Hoshi especially. She's so hot, and, like, the way that she just fucking, like, she just fucking killed Archer so that she could be Empress is such a power girl boss move. And it also, like, single-handedly fixed, like, all of the misogyny issues of the Mirror Universe. Not really, but kinda. I'm just saying. Because there was no more mention of, like, well, I guess, like, technically...
Do the leg kick!
I guess technically, like, Empress Georgiou would not have been, like... wouldn't have been that long after Empress Sato. Assuming that she got what she wanted. I'm presuming that, you know, the implication was that Hoshi got what she wanted, and Hoshi did become Empress, like, canonically. That's how it happened in my heart, even though it's like a fade to black thing.
Do the sidestep.
Do the sidestep.
Do the leg kick.
Do the leg kick. Why am I not doing the leg kick? There we go. Enterprise is just such a wild
Raise
show.
the roof.
I feel like it's very underrated, but I understand why it's underrated because, like, I love it and hate it. I love season 3 and 4 for the most part, because, like, my Enterprise opinion that gets me shit on is that it's like, I don't understand why, like, pretty much anybody likes Archer. Like, I'm not gonna be a hater for people who are Archer fans. Like, you can like what captain you want, but I don't understand it at all, and I am his #1 hater. Like, I just, the thing is, it's like, I feel like 9 times out of 10, when I'm empathizing with Archer, it's literally because he has a dog. Like, if he didn't have a dog,
Do the snake.
I feel like I would not have empathy for him because he does so much shit that, like, he shouldn't fucking do. Like, and it's like, yes, desperate situations, but it's like, there are so many times there's no defending him. Like, when he steals the warp engine stuff, like, when he steals the warp engine stuff from the one alien ship.
Do the leg kick.
Like, that is more than a little messed up, you know? It's not just the thing where it's like, these are, like, legitimately, like, just, like, horrible shit. Choo-choo dance! Choo-choo dance! This is my first one of the entire year! Oh my god. I wonder if people like Archer because of Bakula Quantum Leap. See, like, I have no issues with Scott Bakula himself. It's literally just the character. Like, you know, y'all know me, I'm very careful to be like, I don't think most of these actors, like, deserve any hate. Like, unless an actor, like, directly has, like, a very public shitty opinion, like, there's a couple examples. Anson Mount is unfortunately one of them. Shatner, probably the most obvious example. Like, you know, unless, like, people, like, done something like that, like, I don't think they deserve, like, anything. And it's also, like, even if they have done something bad, it's like, you know, focus on that and don't take it out, like, on, like, don't take out your character frustrations on them, because it's like, they're just doing a job. They're dealing with the material they've been handed, you know? Oh, Anson Mount is extremely problematic online. I'm sorry if this is the first you're hearing of it. I too was very sad about it. He is extremely Zionist and very pro-Israel, to the point where it's like he was not listening to a single person who tried to, like, there were many people who tried to engage with him, like, in good faith. And he was completely, like, shutting them down and saying some really mean things. Like, I remember, like, back when it happened. It was back when I was still on Twitter, like, a lot. And so it was, like, a couple years ago. But I remember screenshotting it and sending it to, like, some of my older, like, Star Trek friends. Like, you know, like, the guys in, like, their, like, 50s, 60s, and sent it to a couple of them. And, like, one of them replied, like, wow, he needs a nap. Because he, like, goes, like, he, like, isn't online consistently, and then he would go on, like, this tirade for, like, hours. And it's like, you know, all of this, like, the thing is, it's like, this wouldn't have, like, gotten, you know, as bad had you disengaged sooner. Like, you kept going and you kept doubling down, and now people hate you, and I understand why, because you have a shitty opinion. But it's like, people tried to, like, say, like, oh, this might just be misguided, maybe you didn't mean it this way, and then it's like, well, no, it's like, I meant exactly what I said. I'm like, no, why would you say that? Now, Dance Club style. Now, like, and it's just one of those things where it's like, I understand not being educated. Obviously, there was, in a lot of ways, like, a lot of people don't have the information, especially when it comes to Israel stuff, like, and I understand it's uncomfortable to confront, but sometimes it's necessary. If you are going to be in online spaces discussing certain things, you need to, you know, make your best attempt to be educated on the situation before you weigh in. Otherwise, like, kind of like, shut up. Like, you don't have to know all the information to be supportive or, like, anything else, but it's like, to go in and argue with people on specific issues is extremely cringe. Like, the most cringe behavior. Because it's like, and like, especially now, it's like, there's no debate anymore. They're like, Gaza did literally get leveled, and to say that, like, that's not what was happening is just completely, like, dismissive. And there's just, it's like, propaganda sucks. I don't blame people necessarily for falling for propaganda, and it can be really hard to deconstruct that, especially when you're older, but it's like, it's not an excuse. You can't be going online and saying shit. Like, people are not obligated to forgive you for your shitty opinions under any circumstances. And it's like, it was just very cringe and very unfortunate. Cause it's very unfortunate, because I feel like, I don't think he's MAGA, but he acts like MAGA. Like, he's like, just a very, like, do the sidestep. He's like one of those Democrats that's, like, very obviously, like, right-wing. And it's like, no, we don't need more of that. No one asked for this. Anyway, that's a basic summary. Sorry, it's a little chaotic. It's like genuinely a pretty upsetting topic to me, because I watched it happen in real time, and it was pretty fucked.
Dance club style.
It's sad. Especially because it's like so many people like, you know, genuinely tried to be like, hey, and then, you know, it's what happened. But yeah, you can look up a little more about it. If you look up like his comments on like Eurovision, that's what's so fucking like ironic about it, is it all started because they were talking about Eurovision. I'm like, really? Snake. Like, you're gonna die on this hill and like completely deny people trying to tell you historical things over Eurovision?
Do the side step.
Oh my god. We all know the real Eurovision is the Universal Song Contest. That's my Eurovision.
Do the side step.
Oh, right, we might get another choo-choo dance, so I should maybe hold off on the last couple moves.
Do the robot.
Anyway, from what I was talking about, like, on Enterprise and Archer,
Dance club style.
It's just, like, he makes so many bad choices. And, like, and it's, like, I do, like, feel really bad, because a lot of the time, like, he does something stupid, and I'm always like, but think of Porthos. Like, I was shouting at the screen sometimes, I was like, think of the dog! Why are you being stupid? Dugadoo. Yeah, literally, that's...
Just dance.
It's like, also, like, as a concept, I don't have an issue with Eurovision. It's just one of those things where it's like... There are so many forbidden politics, like, intertwined with Eurovision, to the point where it's like... It's... You know, we can't just enjoy it anymore because certain groups had to ruin it. And to, like, die on the hill of, like, defending the shitty people involved is nuts to me. Especially where it's like, countries have been banned for all sorts of things, and yet... Yeah. But, I don't know, being in the US, I don't have, like, a personal investment in Eurovision, really, at all. I just like music, and so... But I don't really engage with it much anymore. It's like, when there's a good song, like, I'll listen to it, but I don't, like, engage with the show itself, because, like... That's been ruined many times over for me. And we all know the real winner is Dugadoo every time.
Do the running man.
I'm sorry, I can't be stopped. I can never be stopped. Dugadoo forever.
Just dance.
Just dance. Yeah, but Enterprise.
Do the sidestep. Do the robot.
Enterprise is just like, God, the tragedy though. You know, I do wonder though, because like, technically they could have had a season 5 and still given us like a horrible finale. But I like to believe, had they gotten a season 5, we would have maybe not had a horrible finale. I like to believe that in my heart. I don't know if it's true, but I feel like the having to rush it is part of why there were certain choices made in the finale. like, me and my girlfriend were having a discussion on, like, how it is just, like, it was just, like, frankly fucking cruel to put Frakes and Certes, like, after they had already played the older versions of their characters in Nemesis to try to put them back in, like, the TNG days. It's just, like, it's so cruel to them. Like, let them, like, blossom in their mature years. Why are we, like, making them play, like, the younger versions of themselves for, like, no fucking reason? I said they could have fixed the finale by doing one thing. Well, it's technically, like, a couple of things, but it's basically one thing. Instead of putting Troy and Riker on there and making it all a holodeck thing, they could have still done the time jump. If they wanted to tell that story, I'm sure, like, they did want to do the founding of the Federation. They could have done the time jump. The time jump, I don't have an issue with that. It's everything else. But I feel like what they could have done is, instead of putting Troy and Riker there and making it all in the holodeck, do the episode as normal. And I don't like that they killed Trip, but, like, that, I feel like that's a separate issue from, like, most of the issues could have been fixed by simply, like, not making it a holodeck episode, making it just happen, but instead of Riker being the chef, we have, like, one of Riker's ancestors, like, basically, like, Brent Spiner character style. Like, we have, like, the Soong line from Brent Spiner. Like, they should have just started the Riker line with, like, Riker's ancestor, and then let Jonathan Frakes play the pizza daddy he was meant to be. As the chef. That would have solved so, like, that would have solved literally, like, 80% of my issue with the episode. The 20% is a little bit more nuanced, and it's one of those things where it's like, you know, at the end of the day, I don't need to get, like, nitpicky, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not wrong. They should have just started the Riker line and been like, oh yeah, like, this is where we reveal that actually, like, instead of the mystery chef, we actually have, like, you know, the cooking, like, is in Riker's genes. That would have been so fun. Like, it would have been cheesy. No pun intended, because I was talking about Pizza Daddy. But, like, it would have been so cheesy, but it would have been, like, fun. Like, if they wanted to, like, include, like, a legacy actor, you know? Like, yeah. I don't know why I'm, like, leaning into, like, my power board moves. Oh my god. But, no,
Grab the flag at the end of the race.
the thing is, it's, like, because, like, half of the episode, like, was just, like, the funniest parts of the entire episode were the Riker chef scenes, where he's literally just in there with the crew cooking. And, like, it's just, like, he's so, like, in his element, and he looks, like, so comfortable in his, like, little chef outfit. And I feel like he looks uncomfortable in, like, the TNG uniform. It's like, these are, like, everybody knows the TNG uniforms are, like, notoriously uncomfortable. Like, they were made of wool. They were not comfy. They were not comfy. They can be made comfy if, you know, you don't use wool. But, like, my thing is, like, it's part of the reason I don't have one for cosplay is because it's not a comfy uniform, in my opinion. Like, it can be made comfy. Like, my girlfriend has a TNG uniform that she made that is spandex, but, like, I wouldn't want to make it out of the same spandex. I would have to have a thicker one. But spandex to me is very comfy. I'm picky about it, you know? How about starting the Cisco line there? See, like, that would have also been another option, but I feel like if they were gonna bring back a legacy actor, because I feel like the intention was to somehow bring back somebody, and by that point, like, Avery Brooks wasn't gonna come back, so I feel like, I mean, I guess they could have brought Sirach Lofton in to do it. They could have had it start with, like, a Cisco ancestor, played by Jake's actor, you know. That could have been an option. That would have also been cool, but I feel like they were trying to appeal to, like, TNG nostalgia, so I'm like, either of the options I feel like would have worked. Like, they could have literally put anybody in there, though, in all honesty. Like, it's like they could have done, like, a chef reveal, and it would have been a completely random person, and I still would have been happier with the result as opposed to that. But I think it would have been fun to, like, have that be the incorporation of, like, the past. Have it be like an ancestor. Like, that's what I mean is you're saying these things because it's like they technically had so many options. Like, they could have done anything else, but they chose to do that. Like, you know, so much of, like, Star Trek discourse online is, like, people are like, oh, I hate this one specific thing about Star Trek. I'm talking about people who are engaging in good faith, not, you know, the racist people. Like, their opinions don't matter. But it's, like, so many times I'm seeing people, like, criticizing something like, oh, there was this really weird thing in Star Trek that one time. Y'all remember this? And it's, like, 9 times out of 10, I feel like it's, like, something Rick Berman did. And I'm always that person to be like, that was Rick Berman's fault. The Enterprise finale, Rick Berman's fault. So, some of the weirdest shit in TNG, not all of it, but some of the weirdest shit, Berman's fault. Things that are wrong with Voyager, Berman's fault. Like, I feel like Enterprise feels less strong of a Trek series because, like, Berman had too many writing credits. Like, okay, you know, he produced this or that, but he shouldn't have been writing as many episodes as he did. 7 in a Catsuit, Berman's fault. Literally. That's what I mean. It's like, everything wrong with Voyager is Berman's fault. Like, because it's like, you have, like, literal stories. Like, Kate Mulgrew was quoted one time. I don't know the source, so, like, I don't know the exact wording, because I don't have a source, but I remember her saying something about, like, how, you know, she kind of wished that they had, like, at least, like, some episode dealing with the LGBTQ community in some way. And it was just, like, and she had, like, said it at one point, and, like, Berman was like, no.
Horgon hunt has started. Talk to the Horgon.
Again, I don't know the exact quote, but I know at one point it was, like, you know, people were down, like, actors were down for a lot of things. And they were like, yay, we love gay people. And Berman's like, I fucking hate gay people. Not that he ever said that, but, you know, actions speak louder than words. Like, why is the only series, like, the thing is, like, there are a few gay things in Voyager. There are some things that's like, if you're really looking, you can find the gay in Voyager, but I feel like you have to reach a lot further to find the gay in Voyager, and the same with Enterprise, because I feel like it's just been so, like, it was, the intention was to make it so straight, and it's like, you know, even back in the 60s, they were not trying so hard to make, like, they were not trying to make Star Trek, like, a straight show. It wasn't like something that they were consciously doing. Because, like, there's so much gay shit in original series. There's more gay shit in the original series than there is in, like, Enterprise and Voyager. Though they came way later, like, and so it's like, I also worry they'll make all future Star Trek straight. Yeah, no, that's also... This is part of why I was saying Strange New Worlds is very, like, sanitized to me, because, earlier in the show, like, we got an acknowledgement that Chapel is bi. we got kind of an energy going that, like, you know, everybody's just kind of chill and minding their business and nobody, like, really cares type thing. Like, it's totally normalized. And then, but then it's like, every single couple that we've seen in the later seasons, and it's like, they have the choice. Like, they don't have to make, like, they don't have to, like, show us all straight couples. Like, some of these things, it's like, they're not, you know, like, Chapel and Corby has to happen because it's canon. Like, we know that. But there's a lot of things where it's like, you know, we don't know anything about this character. Why could this character, like, not be gay or bi? Like, I just, it's very upsetting to me, sadly, because I don't like that, like, we went from, oh, this is very, like, accepted, like, you know, we don't always, like, we don't always, like, talk about it, but, you know, there's a lot of lines that kind of show, like, look, these are, like, real people, and there's a healthy amount of gay people on the ship, but then it's like, well, we're just gonna ignore all of the gay people now, because we know they're there. It's Starfleet. We know that the gay people have to be there. There are so many gay people in Starfleet, but every time we see, like, a relationship building, it's always straight. And it's like, and also it's like, it's always, why is it always Spock? Like, I get that they're setting up his arc. Like, they need him to get his heart broken so that he can get, like, to the Spock that we know for originally, but there are so many missed opportunities because it's like, you have all of these characters. Ortega's is horribly, horribly underutilized. And it's like, Terrarium is one of the best episodes of the entire show, and really, honestly, is probably in my top 20 episodes of Star Trek ever. But there's things that piss me off about it, but up until the very end, it is like it is an absolute masterpiece. Ortega's is just criminally underutilized, and I feel like, unfortunately, that's going to continue because the character is the character is very the character is very, like, just, you know, exudes queer, and I feel like that's why they're suppressing her. Is that the Ortegas and Gorn episode? Yes, it is. I remembered the title only because me and Girlfriend just watched it. I've obviously seen all of season 3. Girlfriend has not finished season 3 yet because we watched that episode, and then I have not been emotionally ready for the finale. We may watch it tonight if we, like, need something to do. It's a possibility. It's on the table, but I am not ready to watch that finale again. It is so depressing. Like, yes, it's the straight people, and I know, but, like, you know, it is one of those things where it's like, they have a very compelling relationship, the straight people, like, Pike and Batel. Like, they are interesting to me, even though I was just complaining about all the straight people in Strange New Worlds. Like, Pike is, like, 100% straight man energy. It's just, you know, they couldn't have, it's not like they needed to make him gay or anything, but, like, I was like, there are so many obviously gay people here, like, let them be happy. Like, gay people never get happy endings in Star Trek, with the exception of, like Lower Decks and why am I spacing it right now? Why am I thinking about, like, Discovery? Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, Lower Decks and Discovery gave us, like, nice, normal gay people, and then it's like, oh, okay, we gave you your gay people, now you should be happy, and now we never have to do it again. And that's like the vibe I'm getting from Star Trek right now, which is really unfortunate. As a gay person, I ship Strange New Worlds Chapel with Senna. See, like, someone, no, we know how the Corby thing ends. Someone needs to rescue that woman from Roger fucking Corby. Because we know how that ends. He's a fucking weirdo. God, every time I watch that episode, I, like, the whole time, Chapel, like, I get it's because it's, like, it's early on, they really didn't give her a lot of direction, but, like, that episode is so, like, cringe-inducing for me on so many ways. Not because the concept is of course horrifying. The fucking, like, Kirk clay spinner to make an android duplicate. Fucking strange. But it's also, like, there's just, like, a thing where it's, like, they have, like, Christine in the corner, like, the whole time. And it's, like, you know, this is obviously, like, a very emotional moment for her. Like, this is very fucked up on, like, the bigger picture. This is horrible. Like, it's very disturbing, of course, but it's, like, they just... I feel like original series always, like, cuts off, like, right at the time where it was like, you know, we could, like, wrap this up with a nice little, like, conversation where, you know, we talk about what just happened. And they didn't really, like, have that, like, it was never really mentioned yet. And I get, like, episodic television, like, they were shot in a completely different order than they were released. Some of it's the format, of course, but they could have, like, had it in that same episode, but they just kind of, like... There's a lot of times where the emotions kind of get disconnected from original series a little bit, especially with the men. Like... I don't know. In my head, it always happens, because I feel like, you know, in order to be serving on a ship for this long with each other and not, like, kill each other, you know, they would have to be, like, well-adjusted people who are able to talk about their feelings occasionally. Kirk and Spock, of course, they can't, like, really discuss their true feelings with each other because, like, it's the gay yearning. But they, you know, they still have, like, this very deep bond, and I feel like they, you know, they have to talk about their feelings sometimes. Maybe not all the feelings, but, like, you know, it takes them a few years to come to terms with the fact that they love each other. But, like, you know, as bros, they've loved each other, like, the whole time. Like, I just... And especially, like, when you add, like, McCoy into the mix. Like, of course, like, McCoy, like, has issues. Like, he has issues conveying his emotions. That's, like, a very man thing of him to do. But, you know, that time where it's, like, he almost fucking dies... Like, he almost fucking dies, and his friends are just like, oh, great, you're back. Nothing just happened. Like, I just... Why? Like, just... I just feel like sometimes they need to have a conversation, and they don't have that conversation on screen, and it irks me, but, like... It's just, like, I feel like... Oh, God, there's, like, so much... Like, the Chapel and Corby Creepy Android episode is one of those examples where it's like, I feel like there should have been, like, more of a conversation here, but they didn't, you know, they had to make Kirk do all the actions, so... I actually have the storyline in my head of fictional Seda and Chapel dating, and Corby is not happy with it. Like I said, please rescue her. Please rescue her from Roger Corby. Please. Like, I'm sorry, I also was like, her and Spock are not meant for each other because Kirk and Spock are meant for each other. So, like, please rescue Chapel from Corby. Like, just, like, someone just, like, someone really, like, needs to, like, she deserves, like, you know, a nice, good partner after Corby goes all android crazy. Like... She needs someone, but I feel like she projects a lot of it onto Spock, and it's just like, girl, he's not interested in you. And it's not because, like, it's not because they have, like, no chemistry. Like, maybe it could work if they both really tried hard, especially Spock, on their communication, but we all know in our hearts that Spock is taken. Spock is for Kirk. That is their true love. That is the end game. So Chapel and Spock can't be together because I don't see like because you know you can say like, oh well, but polyamory, but no, I'm sorry, like Spurk does not strike me as, like, the type that is into sharing. I feel like they both have a lot of possessiveness. So, I was like, yeah, Chapel's not part of that dynamic. I'm sorry. She also honestly, like, deserves better. Like, Kirk and Spock are kind of just, like, made for each other, but, like, Chapel could do so much better. She really could. She's so great. And then, like, she becomes a doctor by, motion picture, I believe, is when they said that officially. So, like, we know girl has, like, a lot going for her. Okay, so Spock, Kirk, McCoy, Polly. See, I ship it in, like a sort of, like, crack fic way, but I feel like they can't be a triad because, like, they, like, McCoy just, like, McCoy does strike me as bi. He's not as much of, like, a straight man vibe as Pike, but I feel like just because of the way he just is, I feel like that would be a very toxic polycule. Because I don't think that Kirk and Spock like sharing, and McCoy also has the same degree of, like, I think potential, like, possessiveness. Because, like, McCoy doesn't really easily get over things. Like, he's kind of just grumpy all the time because I feel like he kind of holds a grudge. So I feel like that would be a very, it was like, not, no one asked. No one asked McCoy as their side piece. I feel like I need to get offline because I cannot talk about this all night, but I feel like really what actually happened is, like, Spock and McCoy at some point fucked to see what would happen, and then separately Kirk and McCoy, like, did the same thing at some point. And then that's why it would never work, because, like, later Kirk and Spock are discussing this, and this, like, comes up, and they're like, oh no. I'm sorry, that is so horrible. That is so horrible! Oh my god. Why are there viewers joining for this? Oh my god. Okay, anyway. Does anyone have a suggestion of who we should raid? I'd like to try to raid somebody in STO category, but I don't know anybody. I don't know who these people are.
The Horgon hunt is ended. Try again soon.
Oh, never mind. I do know who that is. Okay, I have rated them before, so yeah, she's chill. I've rated her before, so yeah, let's just go there, cause then we know that the vibe's gonna be good. I hate, like, sometimes, like, let this be, like, a sign to, like, any other streamers, especially if you're a smaller streamer. I hate, like, when I go to somebody's page and, like, it's very clear that they stream a lot, but there's nothing, like, in the profile. Like, there's nothing in, like, the about section. Because, like, to me, it's like, if I can't, like, read a little bit about you, like, I'm usually not, like, unless I, like, have, like, a viewer vouching for you, it's like, I usually am not, like, gonna, like, raid a channel with no information unless, like, I'm feeling extra spicy taking a chance that day, because it's just, like, if I don't, like, know where you stand, I don't really know if my community is gonna be a good fit, you know? Like, we might all play Star Trek Online, but there's a lot of different ways to, like, play Star Trek Online, and so, like, it's not, you know, you need to stream more. Yeah, you should stream and there can be somebody to raid on here. You know, one of these days it's like, it might truly be the end of an era someday where I do eventually switch to YouTube, because I found out, like, their partner requirements changed, and I didn't realize that. So I was like, maybe someday, like, I will eventually switch to YouTube. But right now, like, I have no plans to switch, like, anytime soon. So I'm like, I really need, like, some people to raid on Twitch to share the love. Doing TFO solo. Do you hate yourself? I mean, I've seen people do TFO solo, and I feel like I asked them the same question. Do you hate yourself? Just kidding. All in good fun. Okay, we're gonna go have the raid. It's gonna be a good time. Think did guillotine and ISN solo. Oh well, ISN's not that hard. So like there's like a scale, of course, but it's like I feel like there's a lot of TFOs that are meant to be like team based for a reason. Now, granted, if like some people don't actually do the objectives, then it feels like you're doing solo sometimes, but you're not like supposed to be doing them solo usually. Anyway, I gotta get going. I've gotta clean the house. I have people coming over tomorrow. So thank you everyone for joining me today. I will see hopefully some of you next time. Next week I think will be our final Risa stream. I will be on also on a strict timetable, but I will be on sometime next week. It is a priority for me to finish out Pride Month strong on here. I'm gonna try to do like a cuter look. I'm gonna hope my skin calms down by then so that I can do a cute little like Pride Month look for the stream and in the Risa theme. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. Stick around for the raid. Bye from you.